Hope's last move, the bold betrayal that shattered Forrester Creations. Hope Logan was always seen as the heart of Forrester Creations, graceful, intelligent, and loyal to a fault. But in the ruthless world of fashion where power games and betrayal lurk beneath velvet and silk, even hearts can learn to plot. What no one knew was that behind Hope's composed exterior, she had been quietly pulling strings. And when she discovered deception at the core of her inner circle, she didn't run. She fought back, with precision, calculation, and one final masterstroke. It began subtly. Hope had grown suspicious of Deke, a new but rapidly rising designer at Forrester. Charismatic and clever, Deke had earned everyone's trust with dazzling sketches and quick wit. But Hope had noticed patterns. Designs echoing ideas she hadn't shared. Moves too familiar to be coincidence. Then came the accidental glimpse of a suspicious message on his tablet. It was enough to push Hope into action. Not just with worry, but with intent. She invited Deke to the prototype studio under the guise of collaborating on her new Hope for the Future capsule line. She smiled, she laughed, she played the game. But before he arrived, she discreetly clipped a sleek microcamera into one of her earrings. Specially modified with cloud sync tech linked to Forrester's secure design server. What Deke didn't know was that every movement, every whisper, every file he touched would be captured, recorded, and saved in real time. As they sat together in the sunlit design studio, Hope played the part of the trusting colleague. She stepped away strategically, twice, to give Deke room to act. And act he did. The footage captured him slipping a USB drive into the core Forrester server. Files downloaded, screens navigated, then a live chat window popped up on his screen. His conversation with a rival fashion conglomerate, East and West. Full collection draft secured, he typed. Delivery within 24 hours. Payment on receipt. Hope's face never betrayed what she knew. But inside, her world was splitting apart. She didn't just see a betrayal of her team. She saw a threat to her legacy, her family, and her name. After Deke left, she moved quickly. She encrypted the footage, zipped the cloud copy, and began walking toward Ridge's office. Her father figure and the man she trusted most to act fast. She never made it. Halfway through the corridor that snaked behind the main design hall, she was intercepted by Remy. Sweet, shy Remy. The man who always kept to the shadows, whose loyalty to Deke was quiet but fierce. Hope had always thought of him as harmless. Just another assistant with a soft voice and steady hands. But this Remy wasn't the man she thought she knew. He looked shaken, eyes dark, jaw clenched. I can't let you do this, he whispered before grabbing her wrist and forcing the phone from her hand. A struggle broke out. She tried to scream. He panicked. In one swift, devastating move, he shoved her, hard. Her head struck the edge of a steel drafting table. Silence. She wasn't breathing. Remy stood frozen, horror painted across his face. In that moment, every cell in his body screamed with regret, but the fear of exposure was louder. He retrieved the phone, the earring, everything. Then he ran, to Deke. When Deke saw the footage, panic flared across his face. They destroyed the phone, crushed the earring, deleted every trace they could find. They thought it was over. The next day, Hope Logan was found at the base of a stairwell behind the design floor. The official story? An accident, maybe vertigo, maybe stress. The entire Forrester clan collapsed in grief. Brooke was inconsolable. Ridge withdrew. Liam spiraled. Thomas stared in disbelief, whispering that something didn't feel right. But the evidence said otherwise. No signs of foul play. No witnesses. And so, the world mourned Hope Logan. Her memorial was held in the Forrester showroom. Models walked silently in gowns she'd designed. Brooke clutched Ridge's hand while tears streamed silently down her face. Paris sang. Steffi tried to comfort Liam. Everyone moved through the motions, but beneath the surface, the entire company trembled. Hope had been their soul. Without her, everything felt fractured. And then it happened. 3 days after the memorial, Ridge sat alone in his office. The weight of loss heavy on his shoulders. His computer chimed. One new message. From Hope Logan. Subject. If you're seeing this, I didn't make it. Timestamp. Sent by autoscheduler 72 hours after last login. His hands shook as he opened the video. Hope appeared on screen, framed by the soft lighting of the prototype studio. Her voice was calm but firm. If you're watching this, I'm gone. And if I'm gone, someone didn't want this truth out. Ridge, I need you to act fast. Deke's been selling designs to East and West. I have proof. I recorded everything. It's already on the Forrester cloud. Check the backup folder, marked HFTF Final Draft. You'll see it all. I don't know if I can trust anyone else with this. If they took me out, don't let them win. Don't let them steal our name. Ridge's face turned pale. He dove into the system. There it was. The folder. The footage. Every second of Deke's betrayal, every typed word, every stolen file. It had all been uploaded automatically via the earring's secondary sync. Hope had anticipated destruction. She'd created a ghost file. One that lived beyond her. Ridge sounded the alarm. Within the hour, Steffi, Carter, and security were brought in. The video was shown on the big screen in the boardroom. Gasps. Fury. Disbelief. And then, Remy walked in. He saw the video. His face dropped. Deke arrived minutes later, just in time to watch his career implode. The room turned into chaos. Brooke stormed out sobbing. Liam tried to lunge at Deke. Thomas punched a wall. Ridge didn't say a word. He just stared at the screen, at the woman who had been more daughter than colleague. Hope's voice, recorded, cool, undeniable, was the final blow. Remy crumbled. His hands trembled as he whispered everything. The struggle, the panic, the push, the silence. Deke tried to deny it all, but the timeline matched. The motive was clear. The theft was proven. The tragedy was irreversible. Within days, Forrester's legal team pressed charges. Deke was arrested for corporate espionage and conspiracy. Remy was taken in under suspicion of involuntary manslaughter. East and West issued a public statement denying involvement, but industry insiders knew better. No one believed their innocence. Forrester Creations was wounded, but not destroyed. The board rallied behind Ridge and Steffi. And as the dust settled, Ridge commissioned a special tribute line. Hope's Light. Every design was drawn from her final sketches. Every garment bore a single diamond stud, an homage to the earring that saved them all. In the end, Hope had done what no one else could. She stopped the betrayal. She uncovered the truth. She protected her legacy even after death. And somewhere, in the quiet halls of Forrester, her presence still lingered, not just in fabric and thread, but in the code she wrote, the plan she crafted, the voice that spoke from beyond. Hope Logan may have fallen, but she did not fade. She fought to the very end, and even then, she wasn't done fighting. The voice that exposed everything. A Forrester reckoning. The walls of Forrester Creations had seen betrayal before. Affairs, rivalries, sabotage, nothing was new in the glamorous but brutal world of high fashion. But what unraveled in the days following Hope Logan's mysterious death shook the company to its foundation. This wasn't just another scandal. This was murder, conspiracy, and a final trap so elegantly set, only Hope could have conceived it. It began with suspicion. Hope had already suspected Deke of double-dealing, stealing designs, and negotiating with East and West, a known competitor that had long coveted Forrester's market share. Her instincts were sharper than most gave her credit for, and this time, she had no intention of letting betrayal pass quietly. She started collecting evidence, quietly, carefully. First came the video proof, captured by a micro-camera hidden in her earring during a staged meeting with Deke. Then came the audio, a recorded phone call where Deke, too relaxed and unaware, muttered the phrase that would become his downfall. The transfer compensation package is in place. That phrase. 6 careless words that hinted at something far deeper. He hadn't just been stealing designs. He had been paid to steal them. Hope encrypted the audio file and set an activation protocol tied to a biometric trigger. Ridge's voice. Only when someone said, Forrester first, in Ridge's exact tone would the file unlock. It was the kind of security no one could fake, not even with the best tech. It was bold, but so was Hope. Then everything fell apart. Hope never got to use the file. Before she could deliver any evidence, she was ambushed in a hallway by Remy. It had been a messy confrontation. Hope had fought back, not expecting that Remy, usually so reserved, would lash out. But he did, and when she hit the floor and didn't get back up, Remy panicked. Under Deke's command, he wiped the surfaces, dumped the earring, deleted phone records, and disappeared the surveillance. Deke made it clear, no traces, no second chances. He barked orders at Remy like a mob boss handling a botched job. No files, no phones, no witnesses. But Deke didn't know about the audio file. He didn't know Hope had secured it on a hard drive in her private collection. Hidden in her design vault. She'd labeled it, Hope Archive Final, Confidential, and it might have stayed lost if not for Brooke. Logan. Grief-stricken but driven. Brooke searched through Hope's belongings in the days after her daughter's death. She was looking for sketches. Instead, she found the hard drive. When she plugged it in, a single file showed up, locked. A prompt flashed, voice key required. She tried to open it. She tried everything, passwords, recovery keys, even asking IT. Nothing worked. The only clue? A note on the folder that said, security phrase, Forrester first. It didn't make sense. She shelved the drive. For a while. Then came the quarterly Forrester address. It was a formal company-wide meeting, shareholders, executives, and board members all present. Ridge was preparing to deliver a passionate speech about protecting the company's integrity in the wake of Hope's loss. The auditorium was packed. The mood was heavy. Cameras were rolling for internal broadcast. As Ridge stepped up to the podium, he began reading from his notes. "We move forward not because we forget, but because we remember," he said, his voice thick. "We put Forrester first, that was it." Those two words, in Ridge's unmistakable voice. The activation trigger. Suddenly, the large screen behind him flickered. The Forrester cloud drive connected automatically to the vault storage. The projector went dark for a beat, and then the playback began. It started as audio only. A grainy phone call, the voice of Deke speaking fast, unaware he was being recorded. "They don't suspect a thing. The transfer compensation package is in place. East and West will have the spring line next week. All I have to do is keep her close until we're done." Gasps erupted across the room. Ridge froze mid-sentence. The room descended into whispers and then silence again as the rest of the recording played. "No, I don't care what she thinks. She's sentimental, easy to manipulate. I'll get the files. If anyone gets in the way, we clean it up. You said no loose ends. I'm handling it." Then came the unmistakable voice of Remy, quieter, shaken. "You're sure about this?" And Deke, "Dead sure." The playback ended. What followed was chaos. The boardroom wasn't a boardroom anymore. It was a courtroom. And Deke, standing near the back, suddenly found every eye on him. His face drained of color. He tried to speak, but it was too late. Eric Forrester stood first. "Is that your voice, Deke?" Deke stammered, reaching for excuses, but no words came out. Steffi Forrester didn't wait. She called for security. "Lock down the exits," she said sharply. "No one leaves." Remy, sitting silently near the back wall, began to cry. Carter Walton, Forrester's legal counsel, immediately requested access to the archive. Within minutes, Ridge confirmed the file's timestamp, digital signature, and encryption. It was authentic. Hope had anticipated everything. Her death, the cleanup, the cover-up, and she had built the perfect trap. This wasn't just exposure. It was premeditated justice. The rest of the day moved fast. By that evening, police had arrived at Forrester Creations. Deke was arrested on multiple charges: corporate espionage, conspiracy, obstruction of justice. Remy was taken in for questioning, and though visibly broken, he confessed. He explained everything: the panic, the push, the death. It hadn't been planned. But the cover-up? That was no accident. Brooke, devastated but vindicated, clutched Hope's sketchbook during the arrests. She didn't cry. Not this time. She just whispered, she knew. She saw it coming. Hope Logan had been more than just a designer. She had been a strategist. A protector. And even in death, she had orchestrated her legacy's survival. In the weeks that followed, Forrester Creations underwent a massive overhaul. Ridge launched a full investigation into internal leaks and security. A new ethics protocol was introduced company-wide. But most importantly, a tribute was commissioned, the Voice Collection, designed entirely from Hope's unreleased sketches. Each piece came with an embedded code woven into the tag, a message of courage, loyalty, and vigilance. And in the center of the main showroom stood a single framed quote from Hope's voice memo. Etched into crystal, "Truth is louder than silence. And even if I'm gone, I will be heard." Hope was gone, but she hadn't been silenced. Her voice had triggered the fall of a traitor, the rise of truth, and a rebirth for Forrester Creations. Her final move, flawless, fearless, proved that the most powerful legacy isn't written in fabric or fame. It's written in foresight, and Hope Logan, even in her absence, had the final word.
Oh.